stadium for this evening football contest between the JCHS High School Cardinals and the visiting Cougars of Tri-County Regional High School. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Pleased to bring another season of Case High School football. And joining me in the booth is a voice familiar to Case sports and Swansea broadcasting, but new to football, Josh Allman.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Different sport, new season, same old expectations for Case High School.
Josh, you and I have worked together very well for basketball over the last couple of years, but we're going to try out football this year. Fortunately, Tom Cabral had some health problems and wasn't able to broadcast some games this year, so we wish him well with that. This game off to a bit of a rocky start here as we had some technical difficulties up here in the booth before the game, but it seems to be working just fine now. It's also raining out a little bit, so bit of an overcast and cloudy first game, a little bit of drizzle going on, we're a little bit wet up here. And Tyler Cabral, number 2, is going to get ready to do the kicking for Case.
11, TJ Sadam, and number 20, Dakota Stack.
Dakota Stack and TJ Sadam back to receive for the Cougars. We are underway for a new season of Case High School football. The ball is going to be down. Falling down is number 11 for Tri-County at about the 15-yard line. I do want to apologize in advance, but Tri-County has done about the most inconvenient thing possible, Josh, as they have their roster in alphabetical order by year instead of the traditional numerical order.
Yeah, it's not exactly ideal for media personnel such as us tonight. We'll try our best.
So
hopefully once game gets going, we'll get familiar with some names from Tri-County.
Right.
Until then, best of luck to us.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes, obviously. Quarterback number 8, Tyler Saunders. He is a senior for the Cougars. He's going to be under a shotgun formation at about the 18-yard line. First snap of the year for both teams as they come in with a winless record for both teams. Going to be a fake handoff. Saunders going to keep it up the middle himself, and he is going to be tackled by a couple of Case players. Leading the way was number 35, Logan Medeiros.
Keeper by Saunders.
Medeiros is a junior defensive back.
Gain of about 2 on the play.
Excuse me, a junior linebacker for the Case.
John Garrell, Logan Medeiros in on the tackle for the Cardinals.
John Garrell was in on their tackle as well for Case. 2-yard gain. I gotta say, Josh, for a cloudy, rainy, miserable night, we have a pretty good crowd on hand. People have been coming out and avoiding the rain best they can.
Yeah, the weather held off for most of today. It's hopeful they'll hold off for most of this game.
Shotgun formation again for the Cougars. Another handoff inside, and that's going to be bouncing to the left. That's a good run there by number 22 for the Cougars. He is hit pretty hard. That's number 22, Jordan Pina, for the Cougars. I'm just going to start writing down some of these last names.
Pina on the carry for Tri-County.
People will never understand what this is like as a broadcaster about having the
Gain
roster
on the play,
in alphabetical order.
35,
We're looking for numbers. There's a first down on the play for the Cougars.
First
So that was
and 10,
a very good run.
Tri-County at their own 30-yard line.
I don't remember Case ever playing Tri-County before, but I could be wrong about that.
No, it's again with the new schedule that got implemented a couple years back, where you don't have to play all 9 teams now from the South Coast Conference.
Right.
It allows for all these new teams to be able to be seen.
The Cougars are part of the Mayflower League. That's a very good run by Saunders up the middle. He's still going. Still on his feet is Tyler Saunders. He's going to have an extremely good run, and he's finally going to be pushed out of bounds by number 1, Keegan LeCompte for the Cardinals. I didn't think that was going anywhere, that he just busted that really long quarterback keeper.
Yeah, he found a seam up the middle, missed tackle up the middle, and off to the races he goes into the red zone.
Not
Just
really
outside the
ideal
red
start
zone.
for the Case defense in this. That was, I don't
Cardinal
know
22-yard
exactly how long of a run that was, but it had to have been at least 40 yards.
43 yards there,
That's what I'm thinking,
from line
yeah.
of scrimmage to stepping out of bounds.
That'll be a 1st and 10 now for the Cougars from the 22-yard line of Case. Case coming off a very good season where they were 7-4. Did qualify for the postseason, lost to Nantucket High School in the first game. Tri-County, I believe, was 8-4 last year. And a timeout called by the Cougars.
Okay, as you mentioned, lost to Nantucket. Nantucket, as we found out throughout the playoffs, very good team. They ended up making a run to the South Finals for the division.
That was just kind of an unlucky draw for Case. They were a 3 seed. Nantucket was a 6 seed. But Nantucket lost, I believe it was their first 2 games of the year by a combined 3 points. And they pretty much crushed everyone from there on
Sometimes it's tough. Nantucket from the island, you're kind of limited on who you play. And so happened where they played a strong Mashpee team who ended up making it to the Super Bowl. They played a strong Barnstable team who also made a deep run. So there's 2 early season losses, but as we saw, it builds them.
And they barely lost to both of the teams, I might add. So That'd be like the equivalent of a professional team getting hit with a bunch of injuries during their regular season, getting all of their starters back for the playoffs and coming and kind of steamrolling their way through. But 7-4 for Case.
South Coast Conference small divisional champions. First time in a long time.
And they nearly beat Old Rochester in the championship game between the small and the large. Another shotgun formation for Sonder. He has one back just to his left, and that is going to be Pina. That looks like a bit of a jump there from Case, but nothing was called. Keeping it himself is Sonder. He's going to spin, and he will be tackled on the play by number 9. Looks like Lucas Canario on the tackle for Case. Canario is a junior linebacker. That's a very short run.
Ryan Martin, number 21, Braden Ventura on the tackle for the Cardinals.
And of course, the name I said was neither of the people that the PA announcer said was in there in a tackle.
Into the yard on the play.
Hard to see everything from up here, especially with this pole in the way. My friend, this pole in the middle of the press box that I remember so fondly from last year. 2-yard gain on the run for the Cougars. It's like another shotgun formation here for Sonder. Slightly different format. Take the snap, quick pass. Pass is complete. Not a whole lot there, though. And that pass was to number 3. Let's play a game of Let's Find the Player on the Old Colony roster. Number 3, Tim Holden.
Senior.
He's a senior. He's on the front. I'm going to think most of these players are going to be on the front. Trying to write them. So Tim Holden on the reception there. Gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Cougars from the 18-yard line.
3rd down and a long 5.
Tri-County Regional High School is located in Franklin, Massachusetts. About a 40-45 minute drive from Swansea if you were to head north. Empty backfield behind Sonder. 3 wide receivers left. He's going to motion one man. Handoff goes to that man. Looking for something, bouncing to the right, and he got nothing.
Pina on the carry.
Pina on the carry. I think he may have got to the line of scrimmage. No, actually he did not. John Garrell with the tackle as his fan club erupts in front of me, as was often the case last year. He actually is going to lose a yard or 2 on that. Looks like a loss of 3 yards. 4th and 8 coming up here for the Cougars from the 20-yard line. It looks like, Josh, they're going to go for this, and I don't blame them here. A little too far to kick, but
play brings up 4th down
too close to punt.
Too far to kick, and with the way the wind's blowing right in your face.
Yeah. Quite a bit of wind here tonight.
These gusts will continue all night, make it unwildly unpredictable.
Pass play, pass is complete, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Cougars, and a hard hit. But the reception is still made anyway by number 5, Colby Blakely. That was a pretty good, looked like a screen pass there for the Cougars, and he just got just enough to get a 1st down.
1st down and 10.
Yeah, nice little screen up the middle. Yeah, ideally for the screen, you kind of want to draw those linebackers at the defensive lineman inward towards the quarterback to try to open up that space. And
Need an 8, got 9. Speaking of that, that's a run up the middle and a touchdown for Jordan Pina.
Touchdown, Tri-County.
Of Tri-County, and that has really quieted this crowd. 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter, and it's 6-0 Old Colony. That was an extremely impressive opening drive for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's capped off by quarterback Tyler Sonder. Great job up the middle, 43-yard run up there that really got this offense going.
And Pina with the credit for the touchdown. Looks like Old Colony is going to get ready to do an extra point as Blakely. Did I say Old Colony? I said, why do I keep mixing up Tri-County and Old Colony? They don't even have the same letters. The extra point attempt is going to be good. I knew I would do that at least once. Blakely's kick is good. 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter. Tri-County got it right that time, 7 and Case 0. We're going to look at Case's first offensive series and drive of the year coming up.
Yeah, it's always, you always wonder. You've had scrimmages, you've had practices. You've been together for 3, almost 4 weeks now. So you would like to think you have the confidence. Don't worry. First possession, first drive. Don't worry. Let's just stay normal. Stay what we've been practicing the past 3 weeks, what we've done in all these scrimmages the past 3 weeks. Stay together. Stick with what we know.
And that was just, I got to give a lot of credit to the Cougars on that. They just pieced together an excellent drive. They never panicked. They got a 4th down once. They needed 8 yards. They got 9. They kept it going and eventually scored. So excellent job for Old Colony there on their first drive and series of the year. Did I say Old Colony again? Why do I keep saying Old Colony? I knew I would keep doing that.
Back to return for the Cardinals, number 11.
Why do I keep saying Old Colony? Tri-County.
Just say Cougars.
Cougars, there we go.
They're both the Cougars.
They're
both the Cougars.
Are they both? Maybe that's why. Because all right, not even near each other.
No.
They're not. Not even. geographically close. That's all
About
right.
an hour and a half apart.
I've already done this twice. I'm going to keep this up. Blakely with the kick. Caught by number 11 for the Cardinals. That's Clayton Dyer. Dyer makes the man miss. He's going to be swarmed. He's still on his feet, actually. He finally be tackled about the 30-yard line by a wave of Cougar defenders. Spearheaded, it appears, by the Cougars by number 24. See if I get a name for that.
Cardinals will start first down
Cole
and 10 at their own
Garrett.
29.
Oh, Cole, there it is. Cole Gurton, number 24 for the Cougars, is in there on the tackle. Case with some high expectations this year. They went 7-4 last year and returning several different players. And that includes their quarterback, number 7, Dan Silva. He is a senior now. He was a junior starter last year. Silva, first snap of the year for Case coming up. Shotgun formation to him. He takes the snap. He's going to hand it off inside. Ball's on the ground. And that's going to be recovered, I believe, by the Cougars. Well, that wasn't a very good start.
Recovered by Tri-County.
Not ideal.
I think he was trying to hand it to Logan Medeiros, and there was just some, I'm not really sure what happened, but.
It's a risky run, running that option play. You
Yeah.
want to stick it in there as long as you can and make that decision. Sometimes
First down and 10
you
at
just
the
wait a little
Cardinals'
too
31.
long.
I'm guessing that was not what Case had in mind for their first play of the year, but hopefully they can build from that and learn. Old Colony immediately has the ball again.
Tri-County.
Tri-County, that's the third time. I'm going to keep a track of that. That's 3 times this game I've said that. Saunder up the middle. He's going to hand it to Pina. Pina's still on his feet. A missed tackle. Throwing to his left outside. Another missed tackle. And he's finally going to be spun down by number 57, John Garrell, on that play.
Pina on the carry.
I cannot believe I keep saying
Gain
that.
of 6 on the play. Tackled by John Garrell.
Gain of 6 on that play as the John Garrell fan club erupts in front of me once again.
Second down 4.
Gain of 6 on that play. 2nd and 4 for the Cougars coming up from the 31-yard line. They've run the ball extremely well in this game. Moved it really right down the field. Exclusively using a shotgun formation as Saunder once again lines up like that. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and he has 2 backs. And to keep it himself, running to his left, and he is being swarmed.
Tyler Saunder on
Number
the keeper.
55 on the tackle, Ryan Martin for
Back by
Case.
number 55, Ryan Martin.
I don't think he got anything on that play. Actually, may have lost some yardage. I think he
Lost of about 3 on
lost
the play.
about 3 yards. That's what I
Third
thought.
down 7.
3rd and 7 now for the Cougars coming up from the 28-yard line.
This is where it becomes key for this Cardinal defense now. You don't want to give a first down. You've been on the field for all of but 20 seconds roughly. Get off the field, stop them here, give yourself a chance to breathe, and give your offense an opportunity to work something.
This is going to be two downs, barring an enormous loss here for the Cougars. Looks like a screen play set up, and that's a pump fake. That was a great play by the quarterback there. And the pass is caught. That's going to be very close to a first down. Saunder with a pump fake on
It's like
that
he's going to
throw.
be maybe
And
a
he's
yard
actually
short.
not going to make it.
Number
Still,
11, TJ.
need about 6
It's-
yards.
It's dangerous. You often don't see a pump fake on a screen.
No.
Typically screens you want nice and fast, nice and to get that line out there. And
That was an excellent move by Saunder. He saw the man coming in, he pump fake once, made the man miss, and then threw it to him. Risky, but it worked. He had him about 6, so 4th and 1 coming up, and a timeout on the field. We had to do a little bit, you probably hear it in the background, I had to do a little bit of last-minute scrambling as we had a camera out when it started raining. If you know anything about electrical equipment in rain usually does not mix very well. So at the very last second, we had to bring the camera inside. Everyone is very squished. It's a good thing Josh and I are good friends up here because they're basically on top of each other. And thank you, Lucy. Lucy Cabral on the camera tonight for Swansea Cable Access, and we actually lost the feed to the monitor to my right, so we can see it on the display here, but I usually can look and see what's on and I can't. So
flying blind a little bit tonight.
last minute scrambling, but we made it work. Literally, about a minute before the game started, the national anthem had just begun when we got this all squared away. Anyway, 4th and 1 for the Cougars. Saunder he's going to be under center. Toss play out to the left. That's Pina, going to make one man miss and outside, and he's going to pick up enough for a first down on that. He's finally, though, going to be pushed out of bounds by Silva.
Dan Silva.
Yeah, they had him there, and just that explosive speed by Pino was able to just get around that end.
Yeah, that was a good run. And the Cougar side of things are rough. We have a smattering of Cougar fans. I almost said Old Colony again when I caught myself, and I said Cougars. You know, actually before this, I looked up Old Colony football schedule, and I was confused when I didn't have Case on the roster for tonight. I thought it was like an old. That's why, because it's not the same school. But I keep saying it.
Old Colony on the mind.
Yep. And a run up the middle by Saunders. He's going to be hit a couple times, and he's going to stretch. And he'll get a few yards, and that looks like a gain of 4 yards.
John Garrell on the tackle.
John Garrell on the tackle for Case. And I'm trying to see what the official
Gain of
yardage
3 on the
mark.
play.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Second down.
Make that a gain of 4, so 2nd and 6 from the 16-yard line. That's what the scoreboard says. 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Cases are in a total of 1 offensive play.
This is just a long, demoralizing
beginning, yes.
beginning. Where
Saunders with the snap, looking over the middle, and the pass is caught. A touchdown
Saunders
for the
pass.
Cougars. A very impressive pass over the middle through what looked like double coverage on top of that. I did not.
Number 20, Dakota Stack.
Number 20, Dakota Stack.
For the Tri-County touchdown.
On the touchdown there for Tri-County. Stack is a junior for the Cougars, and that's going to set up another extra point attempt for Blakely. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Blakely back to do the kicking. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Blakely's kick is good.
That'll make it 14-0 in favor of the Cougars. And
5:20 to play in the opening quarter.
Josh, I don't mean to sound
Tri-County
cliche, but that's a
14,
bit of a
Cardinals
stunning
nothing.
start here. I don't think anyone was expecting that, at least on this side of the stadium
yeah,
here.
I mean, again, with 5:20 left in the first quarter, still plenty of time. 6 minutes, 40 seconds, where this Case defense has been on the field for 2 possessions.
Yep.
That's a tough stop. Take off a couple seconds for a kickoff. So
Yeah.
about 6.5 minutes of the 6:40, where this Case defense has been on, and it's grinding. It's not quick it's grinding, and that's what Tri-County's doing right now. They're running up the middle, run off to the side, a little screen pass, very physical, and that's very wearing for a team that, for a team in a school that doesn't necessarily have the largest of numbers.
No, exactly, yeah. Both schools are, I would imagine, are on the smaller side, but especially for Case. You have Alton, you see, with a high school of this size that play both sides of the ball. And it's a lot of work to go to keep going backwards on defense and just to go forward. Hopefully Case's possession here can last more than exactly 1 play. And the bounce on the kickoff going to be picked up by Dyer. He's going to look to cut to his right now, back inside, and he is just swarmed. Is the ball on the ground again? Did he fumble that? A penalty flag on the field, and it is a fumble, I think, recovered by the Cougars. I'm trying to see what happened.
Recovered by Tri-County.
And it is a fumble recovered. Oh, this is just a nightmare start for Case. It looks like the flag was picked up.
Down marker.
It was a down marker, so it wasn't even a penalty flag. Oh, wow. I'm speechless.
Tri-County will start first down and 10.
When
at
it
the
rains,
Cardinal
it pours.
24.
Yes.
It ain't raining yet, but it's pouring on the field.
So Old Colony recovers the kickoff there. They're going to have another offensive series. Saunders going to be met in the backfield. That's some momentum there for Case as Ryan Martin in there for the tackle.
Backfield.
Pretty good loss on that play. Loss of
Number
about
55,
5-6
Ryan
yards.
Martin.
Ryan Martin, the tackle, that at least gets some pumping up some.
At least maybe
momentum
some
in the
life.
crowd, and a little bit
Some
of life
life.
there. 4 minutes and 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Hey, I understand we just said it, listen, but once again, still faced with the same. Find a way, hunker down, force a turnover, force a 4-and-out, whatever the case may be. Get off the field in the next 30 seconds to a minute.
2nd and 15 as Saunders, shotgun formation again, takes a step, looking to pass, steps back in the pocket, sets up a screen play. Nobody in front of him. Pina, penalty flag on the field. Pina's going to head into the end zone as it stands right now.
Typically, when you see a flag there, it's
But
either going to be
looks like that's going to come back.
there may have been an ineligible man downfield at that instance.
That's coming all the way back as the Case coach, I won't repeat what he said, but was yelling something at his team there. That is definitely coming back. I'm guessing that's a hold on Old Colony. So Cage is going to catch a huge break with that play.
Yeah, so there's an ineligible man
Ineligible man
downfield.
downfield. That's
Tri-County.
very, very difficult or very tricky to avoid that on a screenplay because that was
Especially on forward screens where they typically give line about 3 yards or so to have that freedom to go up.
right.
It's tough when
5-yard
you're
penalty,
being
bring
rushed
up
and you're
second
dropping
down
back
and
and
20 for
maybe you
Tri-County.
float a little bit as opposed to just throwing a ball. You float a little
Cardinal
bit. And
35.
it's tough. It's a proper call, but as an offense, it's tough to limit yourself to make sure you go exactly 3 yards.
Right, and
exactly 3 yards.
Case very, very fortunate on that, as that could have been huge. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 25 for the Cougars. Right, to chip away. That's just a little bit.
2nd and 20.
2nd and 20. Was it only a 5-yard loss? Okay, 2nd and 20. That's still pretty far. Handoff up the middle to Pina. He's going to take the handoff, and he'll get a few yards, but he's going to come
Pina
nowhere
on the carry.
near the original line of scrimmage. Looks like a gain of about 5 yards on that run. So Case defense
John
hunkering
Garrell,
down
the
here.
first Cardinal on the tackle.
John Garrell on the tackle for Case. I'm guessing that was about a gain of, I can officially call that a gain of 3.
Gain of 3 on the play.
3rd and
Third down,
17 for the
17.
Cougars from the
At the
32-yard
Cardinal
line.
32.
I would imagine this is another scenario of 2 downs, unless it's a really big loss, or they get a first down. That would really solve that as well for the Cougars. 3rd and 17, shotgun formation. Saunder, handoff inside. And that's going to be Pina, another penalty flag.
In
He's
the
not gonna get a
backfield.
first
Pina
down on
the
that.
carry.
Well, this becomes
Tackled by
interesting
number
now.
21, Brady Ventura. Penalty flags
Hayden
down.
Ventura on the tackle as it stands right now. This looks like a hold, and it is going to be a hold
Holding against
called
the
on the Cougars.
Interesting predicament. Do you send them back 10 yards, let them repeat 3rd down, or do you take your chance with 4th and 8, 4th and 9?
I would say the safest bet there would be just to send them back, which I think it looks like Case is going to accept that penalty. But you said, Josh, that would be a good point. They declined the penalty. Now it's 4th and 8.
Back
But
Tri-County
then
up to the
if
Cardinal
Old Colony ends up getting it at that
42-yard
point, then
line.
you really just pretty much gave it to them.
You've had trouble stopping them on 4th down a couple times already.
Now it's going to be a 3rd and 27 instead from the 43-yard line.
3rd down,
Colony
27.
still going at it though. Shotgun formation. This is going to be a pass play. Throws across the middle. That's dangerous, and it is. Is that intercepted? I can't really tell. People on the ground on the side, and referees are deciding, and intercepted. That's going to be an
Saunders pass is
interception by
intercepted by
Keegan
number
LeCoq.
1, Keegan LeCoq.
Officials had to get together and decide that. My guess was they were seeing if he was in bounds or not. One official could
Inbounds
see
or
it.
simultaneous possession, one of the two.
One of them couldn't quite see it. That almost, in a way, works out like a short punt for Old Colony. So Case will run their 2nd offensive play of the year with exactly 3 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. That was a great play by LeCoq. That was just going up with
Great
the
job.
Old Colony receiver.
Going up.
Old Colony receiver, the Tri-County
1st and 10,
receiver. That's 4
Cardinals at their own
times.
11-yard line.
I have a
Five.
tally mark. Is that
Corrected
five?
you once. Let me fix that.
Thank you, Josh. 5 times. Silva, shotgun formation, handoff up the middle. That's a decent run there for Case. I did not
Still
see
going.
that was number 22 for Case. That's Brady Tivitot on the run. Brady is a junior.
Sophomore.
Sophomore, sorry. I read the
Tivitot
wrong.
on the carry for the Cardinals.
Sophomore. The youngest of the 3 Tivitots that have come through the Case. His
Yep.
older brother was on Dylan was on the basketball team the last few years. Now Brady's
Gain
turn.
of 6 on the play.
Couple more on the way.
Another
Younger guys.
younger guys. Hand over the. Let's Silva. Gave it himself up the middle and a nice
Danny
run. He
Silver on the
tackled the
carry.
35-yard line. That'll move the sticks for a Case. First down.
He is out to the 34-yard line. Gain is good for a Cardinal first down.
Some life in this
1st and
crowd
10
now.
Cardinals
2
at
minutes
their own
26
34.
remaining here in the 1st quarter. 1st and 10 for Case from the 34-yard line. Silva shotgun formation. There's the snap, hands off left. That's number 22. We're going to get tackled after a pretty
Tivitot
short
on the
gain. That
carry.
was Tivitot again on the carry. He'll gain about
Gain
2,
of 2
maybe
on the
3
play.
yards. Let's call it 2 yards.
2nd down, 8.
2nd and 8 for Case. It'll officially be marked at the 36-yard line. Old Colony brought their cheerleaders as well. They're doing a routine on the other side. Seems like as more of the game goes on, I keep seeing more old, I almost did it, I caught myself, more Tri-County fans showing up. Did I say Old Colony cheerleaders? Did I say Tri-County? I don't know. I'm going to give myself a mulligan on that if I did.
Sideline warning on the
That's like a sideline warning.
on the Tri-County side.
Warning
On
against
Tri-County. Coaches are coming too far out on the field. You have to stay back behind. There's a series of white lines that are spray painted in the ground. Silva pass right over the head of
Silva's pass
Joey Garrell,
incomplete.
number 15.
Intended for number 15, Joey Garrell.
And that'll be a 3rd and 8
Third down, 8.
for Case. I would imagine if they do not get this, unless it's about a 4th and 1, they're going to have to punt from back here, which will be interesting because, judging by the wind, I think
The wind will be at their back,
will be
judging
at
by the
their
American
back,
flag on.
punting going the other way would be interesting. Silva, shotgun formation, looking to throw, and over the head again of Garrell, incomplete.
Silva's pass incomplete.
Don't know how much
Again,
wind
intended
has.
for Joey
Yeah,
Garrell.
that
For
looks
that-
like the
for that
wind had
impact.
taken that one a little bit when it sailed, and that's going to
Fourth
bring
down
up
and
a punting situation for Case. So the opening drive looked a little promising, but not going to have anything there.
It's at least done its job a little bit. Slow down the momentum
Right.
that Tri-County established. Give your defense a
Number 2,
chance
Tyler
to relax,
Cabral, the punt for the
relax,
Cardinals.
re-catch your breath for the last
Number 11,
couple of
TJ
minutes.
Sedam.
Not a great snap. The punt
Back
is
to
up, and
return.
That's
kind
got
of
backspin
wobbles
on
out
it.
of there. Some backspin. Case is going to get a generous roll, and it'll be down at the 43-yard line.
Cabral's punt rolls
not the-
dead around the 43-yard
Not the best-looking
line.
punt, but he got some spin on it. At least they get a few more yards. And the Cougars will take over for their 4th possession here of the game in the first quarter. 1 minute and 19 seconds to go.
Ball
14
is
to
spotted
nothing
at the
in
44.
favor of Tri-County.
Tri-County will start first down and 10 at their own
Doesn't Old Colony, they
44-yard
have
line.
gold in their color scheme too, don't they? I believe they do. I think they're maroon. Or I don't know. Tri-County's colors are
I think it's
navy blue, gold, and white.
might be closer to like a New Bedford Vote gold.
Oh,
that
could be,
old
yeah.
gold. Kind of faded, similar to what we see on the field today.
Snap. Saunder going to keep it himself, rolling to his right, cutting. Now he's going to be tackled inside. He's going to pick up
Saunder
a
on
few
the
yards on
carry.
that. Out to his feet by one of his teammates. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on that play. Let's call it a gain of 4. So 2nd and 6 for the Cougars from the 46-yard line. 1
Gain of 4 on
minute
the play,
remaining here
second
in the
down and
first
6.
quarter. See the clock ticking down out there. Looks like the rain has held off
Tri-County
again.
48.
Bit of a cool September 6th, a Friday night, opening game for both of these teams. Case did play scrimmage against Durfee last week and won, but it does not count in the final standings. It's like a audible up there. Case going to jump off, come back on. There's a penalty flag. It's like an
Flag on the
encroachment
play.
violation going to be called on Case. I did see that from up here.
Yeah,
right
that's
over the
tough.
line.
Encroachment against the Cardinals.
And that'll move the Cougars way up instead of a 2nd and 7. It's going to be a 2nd and
5-yard
2
penalty will bring up second down and 2
from the
for
Case
Tri-County.
48-yard line.
at the Cardinal
Will
48.
probably be the final play of the quarter, barring an incomplete pass. Saunder once again, shotgun formation. He takes the snap, handoff inside to Pina, and he's not going to go anywhere on that play. His Case defense is all over him.
Pina on the
he
carry,
lost a
stopped
yard
in the
or two.
backfield.
15 seconds to go. I think the Cougars are just going to bleed this clock down and go into the second quarter with a 14-0 advantage, and that
Number
looks like
59, Bradley
that
Delacour
is
in the tackle for
exactly
the Cardinals.
what they are going to do. So, they're 1 quarter here from opening night for Case football.
At
The
the
score
end
is
of the first
14-0
quarter, your score,
Cougars here from
Tri-County
Cardinal
14.
Stadium. We are going to take a
Cardinals
short
nothing.
break, and we will be back to bring you the second quarter. Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium and the start of the
They're
second
down in
quarter
3 for
here.
Tri-County.
14-0
At the Cardinal
Tri-County as they
49.
have the ball at the 49-yard line, now going the other way. Hand off to Pina. Now actually it's a quarterback keeper up the middle, and the tackle.
Saunder on the
Saunder
carry.
going to be on the carry. It looks like he's going to be a yard short, of that first down mark. It'll bring up a 4th and 1.
Short of the first down.
And
We'll
it
bring up
appears
4th down
that the
and
Cougars
1
are going to punt here, Josh. That's a bit of a
That's-
surprising move.
I don't think so.
at the Cardinal
You don't think so?
47.
Right now, you don't want to give Case any momentum. Their best offensive thing came from a Danny Silva rush.
Right.
That's really the extent of the Case offense.
That's true, too.
2 turnovers, pin them deep, trust your defense to do work.
And they do have that. That's true. I did not think of that. They are punting with the wind to their back. Case has no one back. It's like they're doing all a blitz. And that's not going to go anywhere. Tri-County Punter tried to salvage something, and down he goes. Well, so much for
And
that.
just like that,
There goes the momentum.
there goes momentum.
Snap.
You feel it coming off the field now. You feel good about yourself.
Number 52, Tony Delk.
Case went for
Tackle.
like an all-out block there, and it worked as the snap went over the head of Blakely. He tried to salvage something, but pretty much a lost cause at that point.
Cardinals will start
Kings
first
with
down
some
and 10,
momentum.
just inside the
14 to
Tri-County
nothing with a minute and
30-yard
11 minutes and 11 seconds. That's strange
Well,
to go here in the second quarter.
You don't practice it much at the high school level, but you're starting to see this a lot more at the college and professional level, where you practice a bad snap and it's almost a rugby-style kick. You just try again and get what you can from there. You don't practice it much, and we saw that little panic in the eyes. It's not perfect. Got to get it perfect. And
Nothing really happened with that, and nothing really happened with that run. And Silva took up the middle for a couple of yards, and that was about it. Josh, we can backtrack a little bit, but Old Colony was in complete control for most of that first quarter, pretty much the entire first quarter. Did I say it again? I might said it again.
we're going double digits
6
tonight.
times.
Going for 10.
It's not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. 6 times. Tri-County. Tri-County was in complete control of that first quarter. Silva, that play is going to be blown dead. Penalty flag. It looks like it possibly
Flag on the play.
legal formation, a false start, something like that. And it is going to be a
false
false start on
against the Cardinals.
the Cardinals. Second down.
5-yard penalty will bring up second down and 15.
Second and 15 now is that Silva rush. I didn't get a chance to mention that, but that can get anything. Tri-County's defense has been holding pretty well. And a snap over the head of Silva. He's going to try to salvage something with it. And he's going to take off. He's actually going to throw it. He has a man wide open. How the heck did that just happen?
A broken play goes 33 yards.
That pass was complete to number 24, Alex Janicki.
Alex Janicki.
Just absolutely no business doing anything with that.
That play looked like it was dead. Like Silva was going to get swarmed, and fortunately,
the Tri-County 3-yard
looks
line.
like all of Tri-County converged on.
They saw the ball on the ground. They all full sell out. Ball on the ground, want the ball. All of them went.
It's like the Tri-County coaches out there arguing with an official about something. I'm not sure what. That looked like a perfectly legal play to me.
I'm not sure if he's arguing that if Danny Silva had a knee on the ground when he recovered the ball, or well, that's about the only case he has.
He's out there. That Tri-County coach is pretty heated with the official about it, but one of the case coaches looked at him like, I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't really tell very well. It looks like Tri-County is still going and yelling at the case side. It looks like a timeout going to be called on the play. Looks like at the end of the timeout, actually. So Case all of a sudden has a first and goal from the 3-yard line.
Tri-County 3-yard line.
Silva going to take it up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown!
Danny Silva in for the Cardinal touchdown.
And that'll bring some life back into the Case side of things. 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's 14-6. Silva salvaged that broken play. Old Colony coach is still over there complaining about that play.
Yeah, it's just a series of fortunate events for the Cardinals.
Old Colony. Did I say Old Colony again?
Yep. Bad snap on a punt. You get him all the way back, so instead of going 80...
Tyler Cabral, that kick is blocked. So the Cougars come in there and do a great job of blocking that extra point.
10-12
Wait, to backtrack. Instead of having to go 80-some yards on a good punt,
Cardinals,
bad snap. Ended up being a 20-some yard loss for Tri-County. Another bad snap that went against Case. Great recovery by a great athlete. Just throw it down the field to a wide open man. Broken play goes 30 yards. Play later, boom. All of a sudden, not looking so bad anymore.
Trying to backtrack to that broken play. It looked like all of the Cougar defense kind of converged there on Silva as he was snapping over his head, and nobody had to forget about Janicki all the way down the field. Possibly because Old Colony, oh, I did it again, 8 times. I caught myself that time. Possibly because Tri-County thought that he was down. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter anyways. 14-6 with 10 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here. in the first half. The Tri-County coach is just heated over there. Still about it. I can see him on the sideline.
Right, he was a little heated on the second possession for the Cardinal offense when Danny had the 20-some yard run up the middle. Called the timeout right there. You could hear him from across the field where we are. Very animated. Still animated. High expectations from his end.
Some coaches are just certainly like that. Here we go with the kickoff. Cabral's kick. That's a very good kick. And the Cougars, that ball is on the ground now, picked up finally. That's going to be a pretty decent return there for the Cougars as number 11, TJ Saddam.
TJ Saddam on the return.
On the return, that's another name there. I'm going to point out, too, that Tri-County is about 50 players on this roster.
32-yard line.
They do have a lot of players dressed over there as well.
32.
It's just a matter of trying to figure out who is...
In this unique format we've been given.
Yes, that's a way. I wish that there was a way we could display a graphic that had this roster, because I would just so everyone can see what Josh and I have to deal with tonight. Toss play, that's out to Pina. That's a good return, and he's finally going to tripped up and go out of bounds. That's the 50-yard line.
11, Clayton Dyer.
Near the 50-yard line. Looks like I'm marking it about the 49, nearly on the 50-yard line.
Gain of about 12 on the play. First and 10, Tri-County.
12-yard gain, first and 10, Tri-County from their own 49-yard line. Josh, I promise you, if you do more games, most of the time the roster is in numerical. Well, you know that from basketball anyway. Most of the time the roster is in numerical order. Just a little bit of a different circumstance this time.
It's not even alphabetical.
No, alphabetical by
grade.
I've truly never seen that before. One of the most unique rosters I've ever seen. Handoff up the middle. That's a new name. I haven't seen that one yet. That was number.
He's still going.
36 is plowing ahead for Tri-County. I don't know who number 36 is. I don't have a number 36 on this roster anywhere. We're all flipping through our rosters up here. We have no idea who that was.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second
6.
down, 4.
Second and 4.
At the Cardinal 45-yard line.
I'd have to figure it. There is no number 36 on this roster. So I'm not sure who that is. Maybe we can find out at halftime. I haven't seen Seth Pina's name. That could be him. He's on here as number 44 with the Cougars. 6-yard gain regardless. Second and 4. Here's the snap. Hand off again to this mystery man. Up the middle he goes, and he'll be tackled just short of the first down marker. It looks like John Garrell was in there on that tackle, as well as number 35, Logan Medeiros.
On the tackle, short of the first down.
The 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Cougars. 8 minutes and 50 seconds. A bus full of screaming students is just pulling up. They're screaming at the top of the lungs. I'm not sure what team that is. Is that the volleyball team? Oh, they're screaming at the case player, so that's a bit of a welcome for them. Toss to the left. That was an option. Keeper Pina going to be met, and he's going to be spun down.
It's a huge hit in the backfield.
That's a huge hit. It might have been a first down with the forward progress, though.
Close to the first
very,
down.
very close. And it's going to be a first down on the play for Tri-County.
First and 10 at the Cardinal 41.
He did end up getting spun backwards, but that was a good call, I think, with the forward progress was marked as he started going backwards at that point. About 8 minutes to go, just a little bit over that. Cougars have the ball at the 38-yard line. I think at the 42-yard line. I have that a little bit reversed. Saunders shotgun formation, takes a stop, hand up the middle again. Pina with a good run, and he'll be tackled just past the first down marker. And the Cougars will move the sticks again.
Gain of 11 on the play. First and 10, Tri-County at the Cardinal 30.
Right up the middle on this Cardinal line.
Been about almost a full quarter since. Oh, I just caught myself. I nearly did it. Almost a full quarter since Tri-County. I guarantee
give you a half.
I won't do a half. Okay, I'll give myself
do
a half. It's 8.5.
First and 10, Cougars.
Since the Cougars have found the end zone. Did an interception and then a turnover on downs on a punt snap that went over the head of Blakely. Another handoff up the middle for the Cougars, and
Pina on the carry.
Pina on the carry. That's a pretty good run there. Gain of about 4 yards for the Cougars. That'll put the ball at the 20.
Gain of 3 on the play.
26.
Second down and 7 at the
No.
Cardinal 27.
27-yard line. I was trying to see approximately where that was.
Right now, Pena's just being a complete workhorse for this offense.
Pena's taken nearly every snap. The mystery man, number, was it 36?
36.
36 took a couple of snaps as well. Now an empty backfield here for Saunder. He's going to motion one man. That's Pena. He's going to fake it to him, keeping himself up the middle, and he'll be tackled.
Saunder on the keeper.
That was a good wrap there by number 55
Ryan
for the
Martin
Cardinals.
on the
That was
tackle for
Ryan
the
Martin.
Cardinals.
I'll get the Kings players all down. I got them pretty well. A lot of them are returning anyway. Some of them are slightly different numbers, though.
Gain of 6 on the
6
play.
on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Cougars.
3rd down and 2.
Now this is interesting. You would expect to run, but you'd be sneaky and try and pass it, or if you get an incomplete pass, and that pretty
Depends
much
what your
stops the
plan is.
momentum.
If your plan's going for 4 downs, then it's not wrong to pass right now.
I don't think the Cougars have run a pass on this drive. I think it's been all running so far. And they're going to keep it with that as Pena takes it. He's going to cut
He
right.
fell.
Looks like he slipped.
Pena on the carry.
That'll be a loss of a yard or 2.
That's tough because that probably knocks you out of field goal range if you were thinking about that.
Loss of a little more than that, actually. It's a loss of about 3 yards. That'll
Loss
be
of
4th
3
and
on the play
5.
will bring up 4th down and 5 for Tri-County at the Cardinal 25.
Be kicking with the wind to your back, but it doesn't look like that's an option for
Hey,
them. They're going to go for this.
You went from about a 38, 39 yard field goal to a 45 yarder just about.
4th and 5 for the Cougars. Here's the snap rolling left to Saunder. They're going to pass. He's going to throw it, and it is caught.
Did he
And
give
that's
it
going to be
back?
a first
Oh,
down,
the pass
I
is
believe.
complete.
It is to
They're going to
Blakely.
give it by the nose.
Like a nice little hook route there on the sideline. That was a
Blakely on the
nice
reception.
play.
He almost gave it all back. We saw him catch it and brought back himself.
Brought back himself, and
Nearly.
he
Gain of
stayed
5
in
on the play
bounds.
is good for a Tri-County
Nearly
first
brought-
down.
Needed
all the
5.
way.
They got 5, and that's enough to move
First
the
and
sticks.
10 Tri-County at the
First and
Cardinal
10.
19.
The Tri-County from the Cardinal 19-yard line. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Handoff inside. Pena again. The workhorse cutting left. Tripped up.
Jordan
Couple of
Pena
case
on the
defenders
carry,
in there on
tripped
that
up by number
tackle.
21, Braden Ventura.
Ventura. And it looks like number 5, Preston Dyer, in there on the tackle for
Gain of 4 on the
Case.
play.
Preston
Second
Dyer,
down,
a
6.
younger sibling of
The Cardinal
senior
15.
Clayton Dyer for Case. 4-yard gain on that play for Pena. 2nd and 6 for the Cougars from the 15-yard line. Snap handoff again to Pena inside. He's going to be met by half the Case defense on that, and down he goes.
Pena on the
Yeah,
carry,
really got hit
hosts
before
the
you had
Cardinals
any
in on the
chance to get
tackle.
going there.
Gained a couple of yards, I think, on that. Not much.
It was a small hole that was there and quickly closed.
It'll be a 3rd, and let's see what they officially marked this as. I'm guessing it's going to be about a 3rd and 4 or so for
Gain of a yard on the play.
1. It's like
3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4 from the 13-yard line for the Cougars. Huge defensive play coming up here for Case as we a couple seconds over 4 minutes remaining in the first half, and a
It's a flag.
flag on the play. Referees are going to get together and
Flag
figure
on
out
the
what
play.
this is. Looks like the referee is picking the flag up. Looks like too many men on the field, I think, on Case.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
Unsportsmanlike
against the
conduct
Cardinals.
on the Cardinals. So that's going to give the Cougars a first down. What was? I guess the coach is getting some explanation from the fish about what the unsportsmanlike conduct was.
Makes it first down and goal to go for
Looks like
Tri-County.
that was going to be called on Dyer or whatever that was about, the unsportsmanlike conduct. And that whatever it
At
was,
the 8-yard
gave the
line.
No,
Cougars-
that was called between plays from the back judge. So there had to be something, in order for him to call it, there had to be something really egregious in that moment.
My guess is it was on Dyer because he's on the sideline taking a much needed breather there. Regardless, 1st and goal now for the Cougars. Quarterback keeper up the
Tyler
middle
Saunder
there
on the
for
carry.
Saunder. He's going to gain a couple yards, and he's going to be
Gain of 2 on the play.
gain a
Second
2
down,
on the play,
goal to
2nd and
go
goal
at the Cardinals 6-yard
on the
line.
6-yard line. I give everyone in the crowd is a bit confused about what that. I mean, you're not going to really get an explanation from the official about what specifically it was. Of course, everyone in the crowd, as you know, is an official, and they think they know best. So that's just kind of how it is. It's not fun being a high school sports official, that's for sure. Saunders, Osweiat to Pina, nobody really in front of him, now cutting back to the right, and he will be tripped up. Did he get in? That is the question. And he did not get in. It looks like he's going to be just short at about the 1 yard line.
Pretty sure Tri-County had a legal formation there. They didn't have anyone on the right side covering up the line. The right tackle was left uncovered, putting him eligible as a receiver.
Officials might be discussing that right now. Actually, a block in the back is going to be called. An illegal block.
Against Tri-County.
Against Tri-County. Oh, back them up. That'll offset that penalty from Case just a bit. This is a very long drive for the Cougars.
Second down, goal to go for Tri-County at the Cardinals 13-yard
drive right now. Second and goal from the 13-yard line. Saunders with the snap, makes it, screenplay, it's going to be caught by Blakely, and he'll be met by a couple
number 5, Colby Blakely.
of Case defenders. Gained a few yards on that, but it'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Third down, goal to go at the Cardinal 10.
In favor of the Cougars. It's been a very, very confusing series of events at this end of the field lately. Legal for a block in the back and unsportsmanlike conduct, and here we go. Quarterback keeper for Saunders. He's not going to make it. Ran into his own lineman and then brought down by a couple of Case players.
You never want to call it a play of the game right now.
It looks like they're going to kick a field goal.
If they're going to concede a field goal right now, considering all circumstances, that's a win for this Cardinal defense.
I consider that as well. Blakely going to get ready to kick a field goal. Let's see if I can do my math right here. That's about a 24-yard field goal.
24-25, give or take.
You want to add about 18 yards to the yardage marker. Here's the snap, and it's almost blocked. And the kick is doinked right off the right upright. It is no good.
The upright, it is no good.
Well, that's best case scenario.
Nearly blocked and doinked right off the right upright. So Case will get the ball back with 1 minute and 28 seconds to go 94 yards.
And again, as you said, after that whole set of circumstances, a whole set of events, for you as a Cardinal defense to be able to get out of it unscathed end of the game, you kept it 14-6. You got 88 seconds to go do something. We know big play potential this Cardinal offense has.
All right, we're going to see. It looks like we have some technical difficulties going on behind us. One of our cameras has run out of memory, so one of the memory cards is full, so that's being changed by Corey, our production manager who's here tonight. Adam Kitchen enjoying a nice vacation right now, and
when he leaves,
I cannot describe to you what quite went wrong before the game, but it was quite a lot. Silva, quick pass and caught. That's going to be caught by Dyer on the far sideline.
Going to be inbounds.
Going to be inbounds. The clock's going to keep going. Case going to go with a no-huddle offense, and a timeout, I think, going to be called.
Case does have their full exchange of timeouts.
Case, I don't think, has called a timeout yet, so they are going to call a timeout on that play.
Timeout. Cardinals.
Coach is running out on the field to talk to his players out there. That was a quick catch. He only got about 4 yards. Minute and 16 seconds, 14-6. Old Colony came out really strong in this game, and then since then they haven't gotten anything. Although that drive looked like it was destined to get a touchdown.
They haven't got anything, but they've milked the clock. They've changed field position multiple times. They've really worn down this Case defense. This could all be huge factors looking ahead to the second half.
Case will get the ball to start the second half. That is key because I believe they won the toss and deferred the to the second half, so they'll have some
Second
momentum
and
there.
6, Cardinals
And the other
at their own
outlying
24.
factor we haven't even mentioned right now, if it stops raining.
Yeah, it looks like the skies to me look really clear right now, so it drizzled a little bit before the game, which made us bring the camera indoors. But since then, the rain has held off during the game. That pass is going to be complete out to Janicki.
Complete and out of bounds.
And
First
out of
down.
bounds.
Pass
First
complete
down.
to number 24, Alex
Took
Janicki.
6 seconds. Plenty of time still left.
Yeah, I know.
Kicking a field goal would be tricky because they'd
Gain
be
of
kicking
8
it
on the play.
into
First
the
and
wind.
10 Cardinals at their own 32.
But gain of 8, first and 10 for Case from the 32-yard line. There's a lot of commotion going on up here right now. It's hard to concentrate. But I'm trying. Silva rolling to his right, looking to pass. He's going to throw it up, and it's going to be over the hands of Janicki and incomplete.
Silva's
That'll at least
pass
stop the
incomplete.
clock.
Different set of circumstances. Silva might have
Intended
had the
for
opportunity to
Alex
run,
Janicki.
get a 7 or 8 yard gain, but right now when you
Second
need
down,
more than
10.
that,
You gotta-
not the time.
You gotta go for it.
That's definitely something to look for in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That rollout, see if that's still there.
It is only 14-6. It's absolutely a game that either team can win at this point in time. Second and 10 from the 32-yard line. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining here in the second quarter of the opening game for both Case and for the Cougars. Here's the snap. Silva looking to do something with it. Going to keep off and run to his left. Going to get out of bounds. That's a good play. Not get a first
Danny
down.
Silva
But
on the
it'll
carry.
gain some yardage.
It's going to be about 3rd and 2.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Will bring up 3rd down and 2.
That'll be a 3rd and 2 now for a Case. I don't even have any info on the. Maybe I can find out at halftime from what the Tri-County coaches or assistant coaches or anything like that is. Silva going to keep it himself. First down, the play runs up the middle.
Danny Silva on the carry. Picks
And
up
let's see
the
if Case
Cardinals.
calls a
First
timeout.
down.
It looks like.
First and 10 Cardinals at their own
Looks
49.
like the clock does stop on the first down. That's right in high
Clock
school.
will
Correction,
stop.
like before
48.
college. And now they're going to keep going again. Silva, they're running out of time. 47 seconds. Going to take the snap, looking to pass, standing in the pocket. Not a whole lot of rush. Now he's going to come, throw it across the middle, and caught. That's a good play to Janicki up near the 30-yard line.
24, Alex Janicki.
Silva had all the time in the world on that. He just kind of stood there, finally had a man in him, and rifled that across the middle right to Janicki. That'll move to 6 again. It looks like a timeout.
Gain of
Going to
about
be
20
called.
on the
and
play.
indeed it
Timeout.
is.
Cardinals.
By Case with 38 seconds to go from the 31-yard line. Josh, looks like Case has something cooking here on this drive.
They are still plenty of time. 1st and 10. You have your full array of plays still available. Still have a timeout in your back pocket. Still have the sidelines. Still have a first down to make. 38 seconds. You don't need to go for the end zone right now. You're still good. Throwing a flat, doing a little rollout.
Right.
That middle run's probably limited right now
Yeah.
to maybe one. That's tough. But you don't need to worry about that because everything else, you want to roll outside and run? Great. You want to throw it over the middle? Fine. You want to do a screen? You want to go look? All these options still available for this Cardinal offense.
38 seconds is plenty of time, but Josh, as you said, a lot of different options right now what Case can do. They got 31 yards to go in 38 seconds. Silva with the snap. Blitz coming from the Cougars, throws it up, just throwing that one away, incomplete. That was a good play by Silva. Cougars brought
Silva's pass
several men on that. They
incomplete.
only dropped 4 players back and they rushed everybody else.
Yeah, the all-out blitz. You force the quarterback to make a decision real quick, and the right decision was made right there. Get out of
Second
the
down,
pocket and just
10.
throw it away.
If he was in the pocket and threw it out, that'd be intentional grounding. They would lose. They would lose the 10 yards.
Flag
They
on
would
the
lose the
play.
down as well. Flag on the play, I think. Might have been a mistake. Well, let's see what this is about. The official's going to come and say something. Is he going to call grounding?
There he is. He's calling it.
He's going to call intentional grounding.
I thought he was well outside the box.
Call is intentional grounding against the Cardinals.
I thought he was well outside the box.
I'm not on the field, so I didn't see it. That'll back Case up by 10 yards on that.
That is
You
true.
must not have been quite outside the tackle. You have to get outside the tackle box.
There are new rules this year
Yeah.
because Massachusetts fully transformed over to NFHS for the Federation rule set. We're no longer playing by NCAA rules or anything like that.
The official up there is explaining that it's a spot foul right now. There is an official up here that runs the scoreboard. That's going to be big for Case. That's going to back him up 15 yards. Now that's 15 more yards to go. Silva needing to get, I guess, another step or two outside of the bucket for that. Going to throw across the middle. Screenplay set up. That's going to be complete.
That's
a very good play by Case, and that's all of that yardage right back. That was Tivitot on the receiving end of that. Case going to hurry up. They got 20 seconds. They did not pick up a first down. They're going to call a timeout on that play.
Timeout, Cardinals.
They're going to be about 2 or 3 yards short. 3rd and 3 with 18.4 seconds, so Case definitely has a reasonable chance of scoring right now.
You still have your options.
Yeah, 20.
You got 20 seconds, give or take, left. 3rd and 3.
25 yards in the end zone.
You don't need to throw to the end zone yet.
Nope.
Still pick up a first down, which will stop the clock, allows you to spike a ball, whatever the case may be. Still options.
I'm not sure how many timeouts Case has left. We don't really keep track of timeouts.
If anything, they would maybe have one.
I think
anything.
Did they have 2? I was told they have 2 timeouts left. I believe you have 5
right.
per half. I think
So even more, you don't even need
3.
to spike it then.
So they do have time. 20 yards.
If that's, you can even run.
They could if they want.
Trust yourself, pick up 3-4 yards on a
Third
run,
down
first down. You can do
and
that.
3.
3rd and 3. Silva with the snap, looking to throw across the middle. Going to dance a little bit. Going to take off and run with it to his left, looking to throw to the end zone. He's finally going to just throw it away.
No one was open.
Finally, just had to get rid of it. He was well outside the tackle box for that one when he threw that away. 9.6 seconds. He was not very happy with himself. And that'll be a 4th and 3 for Case at 9.6 seconds.
They didn't call it.
4th down and 3.
They might have a chance to just pick up a first down here, then throw it to the end
The
zone.
official upstairs was just explaining to us that if the quarterback throws it away without a receiver in sight, it's intentional grounding regardless of circumstances.
Silva going to take off with it. Still going. Going to fight for a couple more yards. And down he goes. Timeout. Going to be called by. Did they get it off?
I don't think they got it.
I don't think they got the timeout off. And that's going to do it for the first half. That's it. They didn't get the timeout called
That is the end of
in
the first
time.
half.
So Silva picked up the yardage, but
Tri-County
he did
14,
not
Cardinals
get
6.
down in time to stop the clock, and that will do it here for the first half. The score is 14-6 in favor of the Cougars. We will take a short break, and we will be back to bring you second half action. Welcome back to Cardinal Stadium for the second half of tonight's game between the JCHS High School Cardinals and the visiting Cougars of Tri-County Regional High School. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Alongside me is Josh Aubin. Corey Snook is the production assistant. His first football game. It's going so smoothly I cannot even describe it to you. I'm joking right now. It's actually been a complete disaster behind the scenes, but he's done an admirable job of keeping it together. And Lucy Cabral is on the camera. Josh is 14-6. I'm a little surprised by the outcome. I expected Case to be victorious in this, but really in the first half it was mostly Tri-County controlling the ball and moving it up and down the field, and as a result they control an 8-point lead right now.
I mean, coming to the game, it's a traditional SEC strong, powerful conference versus a Mayflower, the weak conference.
And the last 2 years, the opening game that Case has had, they won easily both times. It was against Bristol Plymouth last year. They won 35-7, controlled the whole game. One went 42-7. I don't remember exactly what it was. But Tri-County putting up a fight in this one. However, Case very much in it, down by only 8 points.
Not just putting up a fight, but at least for the first 24 minutes, completely dominating.
Right, it's been mostly they've been time of possession. Pretty much all parts of this game have been Cougars. But let's see what happens here in the second half as the Cardinals on the receiving end of that kickoff. And that was Joey Garrell on the return there to the 30-yard line as the Joey and John Garrell fan club have to rename it this year. Have erupted. They have signs in front of me as well.
We're going to have some unsportsmanlike conduct, late hit.
Looks like a late hit going to be called here.
I don't know if they're going to get the first guy, which first guy actually, I think, was on Case, driving him to the ground. So I didn't catch the number. The second guy looked like retaliation from Tri-County. We'll see what they get here.
And it's going to be a face mask called
on Tri-County.
On Tri-County. Josh, as you predicted, that's what you saw.
Always the second guy.
Yards to the end of the run.
15 yards going to be added on the end of the run. The Tri-County coaches, once again, are not happy. I called Tri-County High School, Old Colony High School 8.5 times in the first half, and the last one was generous because I only said the word old and I caught myself. Corey kept elbowing me or giving me a glare every time I would do that, so hopefully we don't have any more looks from him there. Corey, I promise you that not every game is this much of a train wreck behind the scenes either. We'd have to move the camera inside. We had one of the feeds wasn't working. We had to readjust the audio once or twice. I mean, it's been quite a spectacle up here. The handoff inside is going to only go for a couple of yards. Brady Tipitot on the run for a Case. Gain of about 2 yards. When Case has had the ball, Josh, they have actually moved it fairly well. They looked like they were in prime position to score, but they just ran out of time there in the first half.
A little unfortunate that if they had an extra 10 seconds or even an extra couple of seconds they had to get the timeout called, maybe it could have been a 14-12, 14, whatever game, but such is life.
Maybe kick a field goal. I don't know. Silva going to be on the run there, and he'll just run himself out of bounds. Picked up enough for a first down, though, just short of the 40-yard line.
Runs out of bounds and around the 43-yard line.
And that will indeed move the sticks.
For a Cardinal first down.
First down for Case. It looks like more people have actually showed up as this game has gone on, maybe because the weather broke.
I mean, I think a lot of people really waiting to see if this weather would hold, if it was going to pour. You really don't want to sit out in the rain.
And it held off, and it actually turned into a pretty decent night. Silva going to keep that himself in the middle, dodges a tackle, still on his feet.
Draw.
And tackle just past the 30-yard line to 28. The Cardinals have come out in this half with a lot of momentum behind them. They didn't score at the end of the first half, as I said, but they moved the ball very well.
Another Cardinal first down.
Another first down for Case.
Danny Silva drop back, like who's going to pass. Couple of guys just run fly routes. Offensive line pushes guys outside. Nice hole in the middle. Boom, hit the hole. Off to the races.
Silva's run the ball twice this half, and he picked up a first down on both of them with very good runs.
It was an early timeout.
And it looks like a timeout.
We've seen them do this in the first half,
Tri-County.
But these methodical timeouts to just try breaking momentum. It worked a couple times in the first half. We'll see if it works here in the second half.
Timeout was called there by the Cougars very early, as you said, 1 minute and 6 seconds into the first half. And obviously, the Tri-County coach just saw something that he did not like there out on the field. And he's going to be talking to his players there on the sideline. Looking to my left, the student section is pretty much jam-packed right now. They're all on their feet. Pretty well attended. As I said before, it actually turned into a really nice night. I was very surprised. It was cold. It was raw. It's actually probably warmer now than it was when the game started with a little bit of spit. We're having the remains of Hurricane Dorian hitting the area. We're going to be getting some overnight rain, but we just had a perfect window. And I might add too, Josh, that Case is lucky because they're in the realm of where the EEE virus is only of low to moderate risk around here. Other regional schools in the area have had to postpone their games to tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon because of the mosquito outbreak. And luckily, Case can still play their game under the Friday night lights here.
Yeah, it's always good. It kind of defeats the purpose to play your first game on a Saturday afternoon, but
right. And that's exactly what happens. Case goes down. Case goes down. Silva also goes down. There are a couple schools. Bridgewater Raynham is playing at noon tomorrow.
Tiverton's playing tomorrow afternoon.
Tiverton has a game tomorrow afternoon. Just where the EEE virus.
Durfee's playing tonight, though. They're managing in Fall River.
Well, Fall River is right on the cusp of it. It's more just east of that's getting hit, and that's a screenplay set up, but Tipitot fell down on that play, kind of fell backwards, and he did gain a yard on the play, but that could have been much more. It's going to be a 3rd and 12 coming up. For Case, it remains a score of 14-6.
At the Tri-County 30.
Very interesting because both teams have moved the ball very well, but just nobody's scoring right now. Old Colony, I did it again. I said I wouldn't, and I did it again. 9.5 times this game. Tri-County, I'll only say it after this play. Silva looking to throw a 3rd and 12. Plenty of time in the pocket. Rolling to his right now, going to heave it, looking for the end zone, and it is caught! Touchdown! For the Cardinals!
For the Cardinal touchdown!
Joey Durrell! Really hear myself right now on the receiving end of that. Silva had all the time in the world. He had excellent protection from his line, and he stood there and he just found Durrell in the very back of the end zone.
That was a beautiful 30-yard strike there. Found the back of the end zone, tiptoed that line. Perfect.
Looks like Case is going to go for 2 to try to tie the game here. 9 minutes and 42 seconds.
The 2-point conversion.
They are going to go for 2. Silva shotgun formation. He's going to take it. Looking to keep it himself. Draw play. Looking to his right. Going to dive for the pylon. And did he get in? He did. Two-point conversion is successful as he takes out that pylon.
14 with 9:42.
9:42 remaining here in the third quarter. It's a tie game, 14-14.
Amazing. You look back at midway through that first quarter. Case had one offensive snap that ended in a fumble. They had a kickoff return that ended in a fumble.
Yep.
Two quick turnovers. Their third possession didn't fare much better.
Yep.
You're thinking it's a long night, not going to look well. Tri-County's on the attack. Bad punt, bad snap that led to a blocked punt that all of a sudden got things going. You make a great defensive stand towards the end of the second quarter to prevent them from getting in the end zone. You come right back and boom, 14-14.
Momentum has shifted, that is for sure. 9 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It is tied at 14. The Cougars have not found the end zone for about a full 2 quarters here. They scored pretty quickly on their first 2 drives and had the ball again and ended up throwing an interception when they could have really had a dagger. 3 touchdowns in case had run 1 offensive play, but luckily Keegan LeConte came up with an interception, had a slight change in momentum there. It's going to be a squib kick here. It's going to be picked up for the Cougars at about the 28-yard line, and down he goes. That was number 57, John Gorell on the tackle for Case.
Tri-County will start first down and 10 at their own 32.
Tri-County will have their first possession here of the second half from the 32-yard line. Tri-County has moved the ball very well in this game when they have had the ball.
They have, but this is their first real adversity they faced all game, all year for that matter.
They've had,
First real adversity. How does Tri-County respond? Now with Case, you got that momentum. How does this defense respond?
It'll be interesting what the Cougars can do. As you said, this is their first real adversity they've had really all game. Had the momentum since then. Saunder, quick little screen pass set up, and that is going to be complete, and a tackle. That was Holden on the reception for the Cougars. Tim Holden, he is a senior wide receiver.
Tackled by number 55, Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin in there in the tackle, a gain of 2 for the Cougars. Second and
2 on the
8.
play, second down and 8.
Coming up from, it's like spotted at about the 34, and that maybe at the 32-yard line.
A gain of 2's generous. Gain of
1,
5
I
feet,
would call that about.
4 feet.
But officially a rule, the second and 8. Shotgun formation, snap, hands off. No, it's going to be a fake, and down he goes. Case has the momentum. That's going to be a tackle behind the line. Looks like Ryan Martin in there on the tackle for Case.
All of a sudden, you
Case
got
is
wheels turning.
fired up there. You can see it.
You got the wheels
Loss of 2
turning.
on the play.
Third and 11, big spot here.
Third down, 11 for Tri-County.
Loss of 2 or 3 on that play. Third and 11 for Tri-County. They only failed to convert on a third down once this game, and that was that botched punt that resulted in Case's first touchdown. Third and 11 from the 31. Here's Saunder out of a shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap, rolling right. Now going to step up, try to run with it. Pump fake. Going to throw it again, heaving it up there, and it is going to be knocked down and incomplete.
Saunders pass.
That was some good defense. It looks like number 21, Braden Ventura, was in there to knock that ball down. And that's going to result in a punting situation here for the Cougars.
Ventura, Joey Gorell in on the pass.
It's one of those where you see the pass come up with a series of players there. That's one that can go either way. But Ventura just got in there and just swatted that ball out of the air. That was a very good defensive play from Ventura. He's a sophomore. He was a freshman starter last year in that secondary for Case. So.
It's a great job by the Case defense there, containing the quarterback, containing Saunder, not allowing him to get that end and really get something on that pass.
Another
a botched snap.
Not great one, but a pretty good, not great snap, but a good punt at least.
Take a Case
Get
bounce.
that ball out of there, and that'll be deadened at about the 46-yard line.
Blakely's punt.
So another snap that wasn't great, but at least the Cougars got the punt off that time and was not snapped over the head of Blakely. And And it finally came to rest at the 46, so Case will get ready for their second possession. Exactly 8 minutes to go. I apologize for this noise right now, but I need a drink of my Powerade.
Right now, if you average those 2 snaps together, those are two pretty good snaps. First one was about 3 yards over his head. That one's about
that one bounced
3 yards in front of him.
in front of him, the other one way over his head. You average them together, that's not quite how that works, but still, it's a pretty good average.
It doesn't bode well if you have to punt a third time. Low confidence in your long snapper right now.
I think you wouldn't think of it, but the wind does have a lot to do with it. I'm looking out to the right. The American flag is definitely blowing high up there, so it is a very windy night. We don't get the brunt of it because we're up in a covered press box, but we can
left to right. Left to right as
coming in. Yep.
Going towards the south end zone.
Silva, shotgun formation again. He has, looks like Tibitot just to his left, takes a step, hands it off to Tibitot inside. Gonna have a good run up the middle and be tackled just past the 50-yard line to about the 47. Case certainly with the momentum now.
Brady Tibitot's a big bruiser, kind of reminiscent of his older brother Jeremy from a few years back. Big bruising running back, not afraid to lower the shoulder and get these extra couple of yards.
And Kay's gonna go with a no-huddle offense here after a 7-yard gain from Tibitot. Definitely quick, gonna be a handoff now to the right. Cutting back inside, another cut. This is a really good run here. That's number 3, Matthew Howard, and he'll finally be
Matthew Howard
run down. That's a new name I haven't said yet. And I think he got enough for a first down on that play, just barely.
Yeah, ran about
3 yards.
30 yards to get 3 yards, 4 yards.
Bit of an end around. He didn't pick it up though, so that will move the sticks.
At the Tri-County 43.
Howard is a sophomore on the roster as a wide receiver and a defensive back, so a little bit of wide receiver reverse there. Silva gonna keep that himself after fake to Tibitot. He's gonna plow ahead, and he will be tackled by a couple
Andy Silver on the carry.
Of defenders there for the Cougars. It looks like number
53, Jake Benton.
53, Jake Benton, and by the time I find the player on the roster, it's well over.
If he is on the roster.
2nd and 7, Cardinals at the Tri-County 39.
2nd and 7 from the Tri-County 39. Here's the snap. Silva, tripped up. He's got out of that somehow. And he'll plow ahead. I do want to point out, we never actually found out who number 36 on the Tri-County roster was. Josh, you and I think that is Christopher McEaney, number 26 on the roster. We have not seen that number out there. We're guessing
he's
that.
listed as a running back and as a safety, and right now he's
actually he is out there. I see him. He's on the he's on the close side right here on one of the wide receivers. It's not him. He's right here in front of the case. Yeah. So I don't know what that's about. 3rd and 4, handoff upside middle to Tibitot, and he'll plow ahead. That's going to be close to a first down.
Maybe about 4th and a foot.
I don't think he got that.
Tibitot on the carry. Gain of about 2 yards.
And he is going to be short about 4th and 1. Case is going to go for this. Silva in a shotgun formation. This is an enormous play in this game. Case just needs 1 more yard. Silva's going to take this down. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He is going to keep it, sneaking it. And it looks like he picked it up, and he did. First down for the Cardinals.
That's tough to stop.
That is.
Danny Silva's big body there. He's not your average
5'10",
150-pound quarterback. You're looking at 6 feet, pushing 180, 190 pounds.
He's listed as 5'11", 185 pounds.
Once you start going,
it's
tough.
That quarterback sneak is very difficult to stop because it's only designed to pick up a couple of yards, and that's what it certainly is going to do.
Needed 1, got 2.
Silva on a play is going to be blown dead immediately. It looks like a false start penalty is usually what that means. Either that or a timeout, perhaps.
Thought I saw an offside call by the far official coming in. An offensive offside.
It looks like it's going to be on Case.
Pretty sure he said offside.
It looks like was that an offensive offside?
I think that's what he said.
We didn't actually, the official didn't actually make
there was no signal, it was just.
There was no signal, right. So I think it was offside, but 1st and 15, that'll bet Kate's up by only 5 yards, so that isn't huge. 1st and 15. Silva takes a stab, a lot of time in the pocket again, throws across the middle, almost intercepted there by number 88 for the Cougars. Jason Wall.
tried to thread a hole that
Junior
just wasn't there.
linebacker. I believe he was looking for Howard on that pass,
It's
but
a little fortunate they had that. Threw it about 100 miles an hour.
it was rifled in there. Linebackers don't usually have the best hands for something that comes in that fast, but incomplete pass. Silva going to keep it himself now. Up the middle, cutting left. That's a good run by Silva. He's still on his feet down the outside. And out of bounds he goes.
First down. Steps out of bounds. And around the 21-yard line.
I'm not sure if that was quite enough for a first down.
Yeah,
It wasn't. They're going to give it
16
to
on
him.
the play is good for another Cardinal first down.
That'll move the sticks. First down
10
for
Cardinals
Kay Silva.
at the Cougars,
Using his legs
21.
very effectively in this half.
And Silva's put on a show right now.
Case is looking like they're ready to take the lead here. 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Silva once again shotgun formation, takes the snap, hands off to his left. Bouncing now and down he goes. That was number 35, Logan Medeiros, on that run for Case. Picked up a few yards, not a ton, but just enough, about 2.
Gain of about a yard, second down 9.
So they're going to give him about a gain of 1 on that play. 2nd and 9 for Case from the 20-yard line. The Cougars controlled the first half. Case has certainly controlled this half as the Cougars have run 3 plays. They had 1 3-and-out. Case scored in their first possession. Now they have it again. Silva looking to throw across the middle. That's going to be caught. Still on his feet. Not done yet.
Still on
Heading
his
for the end
feet.
and plowing ahead, and down he goes. That was Joey Gorell, number 15 on the receiving end.
Joey Gorell on the reception.
As the fan club in front of me erupts and perfectly blocks my view with the signs, so I can't actually see the field.
Cardinal first down. First and
Apology,
goal,
that's
Cardinals.
fine. First and goal for Case
Inside
now
the
from the
Tri-County
4-yard
5-yard
line.
line.
Silva takes the snap, gonna go up the middle with it. Rolling to his right, diving in, and he goes. Touchdown, Case.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
I said he was diving. I thought he was going to dive, but he stayed on his feet.
job.
3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Now, quick math, that's the second touchdown of the game, over 100 yards on the ground for Danny Silver. Great job leading this offense right down the field. You're down 14-0 to start. All of a sudden, 20-14, you get all the momentum, have a chance to go up by 8 now.
Improvise. Looks like that's,
6,
they're going to kick the
7.
extra point. 6, 7, some amount of
Somewhere
points.
between 6 to 8.
Cabral, number 2,
Cabral
Tyler
attempts
Cabral,
the
had to do
extra
the
point.
kicking here for the Cardinals. The ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Cabral's kick is good.
And with 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the third quarter, that makes the score 21-14.
That would have been good for the win.
Tri-County
Yeah.
14.
If you might remember, Cabral's first extra point attempt was blocked, so we didn't really get a good chance to look, but that was a very good
That would have been
kick.
good from 35-40.
Case has, they've employed a kicker the last couple of years. They had Max Furtado a few years back. I think it was, I forget who that was, Ty Kudo, I think, did the kicking for them a lot last year. Obviously, both of those players have graduated. Cabral is only a sophomore, so we should be seeing him for a few more years, and especially with kicks like that, that was a boom through the upper eights.
There wasn't much wind to aid that, really.
Nope.
The wind was pretty calm at that point. It's always a nice extra weapon to have when you can trust someone to kick
Number 11.
from just outside the red zone. Now you don't have to go from 4th and 2 from the 20. You get faith in the kick, all of a sudden 3 points here, 3 points there. Makes a world of a difference.
Tyler Cabral
And Case
to kick off for the
will
Cardinals.
kick off here. Suddenly, Case has all of the momentum, which I thought would have been impossible given how this game started. I cannot think of a time where a game started worse for Case than how this game started, honestly. That you can't really get
I
much
don't think
worse.
no. Outside of following the opening kickoff, that would have been the only way.
Touchdown, fumble on the first play, touchdown, fumble on the kickoff. Speaking of a fumble on the kickoff, the Cougars nearly turned that over, but they did recover it.
They're struggling.
They're struggling right now. They've run 3 plays this half. It was a 3 and
Tri-County
out.
falls on the loose ball. They will start
I don't
first
remember
down and 10
the amount of
at
yardage
their
they
own
got, but it wasn't
28-yard
much.
line.
So Case with their first lead of the game and first lead of the season with 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. A lot of momentum now. The student section's into it. I'm just still pleasantly surprised at how well the night turned out. It's just a pleasant evening right now. September the 6th, 2019. I have something to add to that in just a second. Handoff up the middle to Pina. He's not going to go
Nowhere.
anywhere. He ran all over
Jordan
Case in the first
Pina
half,
stopped.
but he's been controlled.
A loss in the
Josh, I want to
backfield.
point out, it's usual format where
Number
Case,
52,
they have a home
Tony
game, then an
Delp.
away game, home game, and away game. They're
Number
actually home
5
again next
receive.
week against Diamond.
Yeah, it's another Mayflower school.
Diamond usually plays them pretty tough.
But Diamond has transformed over the past few years into a real rivalry. There's a bunch of Swansea kids
Second down, 10.
that elect to go to Diamond over Case, so it's a
Correct, right, a little bit of a
little
rivalry.
rivalry
Yeah.
there.
I recognize
Familiarity with
some
each other.
Diamond players from being a Swansea resident my whole life.
Great
I think
job.
it's nice. And up the middle and incomplete on that. Was that caught?
Tyler
No,
Saunders
incomplete.
pass
That would have been
incomplete.
a heck of a catch if he got that, but incomplete. It'll be a 3rd and 11 for the Cougars.
Typically on a screen, you want to allow the defensive lineman to get in, but you also want to chip them a little bit.
Third down and
There was
11.
just no chip there.
No.
As Tony Delp, that defensive lineman just went straight through, shot out like a cannon, and probably forced that pass a little bit.
Case's defense is suddenly holding very firm here. I mean, another 3 and out unless the Cougars can muster 11 yards here. It's 3rd and 11 from the 27-yard line. Saunders shotgun formation. There's the snap. Stepping up in the pocket. He's going to throw it down to the right, and it is caught. That was a great play.
Saunders pass complete.
Yeah, it looks like number 11, TJ Saddam on the receiving end of that.
About a 25-yard pass.
And that's just what the Cougars needed, really, to get some momentum back. Very long, but 25-yard pass out to Saddam.
49.
That'll bring it up to the Case 49. Today's Friday, September 6th. We have this game next week. Case is home against Diamond. They don't play again at home until October 4th, so a bit of an unusual scheduling this year. Josh, I know as of now, you're not sure if you can make that game, so we might have to have somebody fill in for you if needed, but I guess we'll see as that's almost a month from now anyway. 3-yard gain on that play by the Cougars. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 40. I'm going to spot that at the 46-yard line. Once again, a shotgun formation for Saunder. He has Pina just to his left. He's going to fake it to him, keep it himself up the middle. Now bouncing out, going left, and he is going to be met behind the line for an enormous loss.
That's a great job breaking down there. Danny Silva breaks down, drives straight through him, knocks him off his feet in the backfield. It's a huge loss.
That was a loss of about 8 yards or so on that play. That'll back the Cougars way up. 3rd and 14 now for Tri-County with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. It's going to be spotted at the 46-yard line.
You want to talk about just taking a team completely off their rhythm, out of their game. First half, Tri-County just dominating with that quarterback option. That keeper in and out.
Third down
This half,
and 50.
not a chance.
After how the first couple of drives of this game, I expected a blowout, and then
Tri-County
Case
46.
stuck with it. They did a penalty flag and
Flag on the play.
Maybe a false start or delay a game.
delay of game going to be called
Delay of game against Tri-County.
on
5-yard
Tri-County.
penalty will bring up 3rd down and 20
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 20.
at the Tri-County 41.
Josh, I'm not a football coach. You've never coached football. I don't think there's a lot in the playbook designed for a 3rd and 20.
In Massachusetts high school, there's nothing designed for 3rd
If we
and
were
20.
playing Madden, we would select the Hail Mary option.
The Hail
but this
Mary,
isn't-
those 4 verticals.
Right, yeah, something like that, but we're not playing a video game. That ball's on the ground. Penalty flag. That's recovered by
It's
Case.
a flag down though.
That's a
Flag
flag.
on the
Let's
play
not
as
get too
well.
happy yet.
Don't know what that flag
That might
will
be on Case, so let's stop the celebration right now.
It's a little subdued on the Case sideline.
Looks like it's going to be on the Cougars, so Case is, I think, holding on the offense.
Against Tri-County.
And that penalty is declined, and now the eruption can start.
First down, Cardinals.
Strip sack for the Case and a recovery. That put that celebration just on hold just very briefly. That hold was obviously a decline there, so Case will. What the heck was that? Some very bizarre noise coming from up here right now. Not sure what that is. No, I'm coughing over at something.
1st and 10, Cardinals at the Tri-County 35.
First and 10 for Case from the Tri-County 35, 58 seconds to go in the third quarter with a 21-14 lead. Something that I thought was impossible given how the beginning of this game was, but Case has turned the momentum completely around, and now they are winning and have the ball and moving. High enough up the middle to Logan Medeiros, and he'll be tackled after a gain of a few yards.
About a 6 yard, 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Gain of 7 on the play for Medeiros. Josh, you have quite an interesting score sheet right here. You're keeping track of some stats for us, and good job. We've used that throughout the game. 2nd and 3 coming up. Snap, handoff to Logan Medeiros again, and he's going to be tackled.
Logan Medeiros on the carry.
They'll pick up a first down on that, and that will probably be it for the third quarter.
On the play.
You want it to be the end of the third quarter.
First down.
Really don't want to run a play right now.
First and 10 Cardinals
risk
at the
anything.
Tri-County 19.
You don't want to get into the habit of bleeding too much clock. You still want to stay in your offense, but if you can run out 23 seconds and not even do anything right now with all the momentum, do it. See you on the other side of the
That's what they're going to do. We got 4 seconds, and that is going to do it for the end of the third quarter here from Cardinal Stadium. Case has a 21-14 lead as it stands right now. We are going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the start of the fourth and final quarter here from Cardinal Stadium in the Joseph P. Santos Field. It is 21-14 in favor of Case, and they are driving. They have the ball close to the red zone. Actually, they're in the red zone officially, the 19-yard line. This is going to be Logan Medeiros again inside as Case just continues to pound the ball. They've had the ball twice before this in the second half. They scored a touchdown both times. Danny Silva has well over 100 yards rushing, as you calculated.
Over 100 passing, over 100 rushing, 3 touchdowns to his name. 2 on the ground, 1 in the air.
Silva, right the senior quarterback, really making his
right now he's letting the young sophomore carry the load.
Silva takes the snap, rolling right, going to keep it himself. Now darting inside, heading for the end zone, and touchdown for the Cardinals.
That's just demoralizing if you're Tri-County. Just no answer right now. Haven't had an answer for well over 2 quarters.
Old Colony coach is just yelling something at the official. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Did you say Old Colony?
Did I say Old Colony? I'm sorry.
It is number 10.
Tri-County 10.5. Well, you didn't put that in the right place. You have to cross.
Oh.
I have a tally mark down here.
To attempt the extra
It's
point.
the Tri-County coach who's yelling at the official about something. I'm not sure what. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good.
Cabral's kick is good.
Tyler Cabral puts it through.
11:25
remaining in the game. The score is 28 to 14 in favor of Case, who has all of the momentum now. Tri-County had gotten it briefly back there with that really long third down conversion. I thought they were going to kind of come back into it. Then we had that strip sack. They went backwards, and then Case has had the momentum. So 28 to 14 right now for Case. And go through a little bit of housekeeping things right now. The head coach for the Cardinals is Anthony Palandino. Assistant coaches Tyler Bowen, Brett Denning, Zach Bodnar, Todd Netto, Colin Tolson, Al Palladino, and Joe Martin. Team captains are John Garrell, Ryan Martin, Trey Netto, Danny Silva, Keegan LeCompte, and their athletic trainer, Jen Rosales, as after many years, seems like centuries really, that trainer Tim Boardman went on to Westport High School to become their athletic trainer. And likewise, Case is transitioning athletic directors as, why is his name escaping me? Andy Crisafulli, thank you. Recently accepted a athletic director position at Dartmouth High School.
He's here for this game, though.
He is here. He's still employed for Case right now, so he's here for this game, but we won't be seeing him much anymore. Squib kick here. That's going to be picked up by the Cougars at the 30-yard line, and a pretty decent run, actually. Looks like a little bit of tussle going on there for number 5, Blakely, out there for the Cougars. Nothing was called at least, so Tri-County catching myself here.
32-yard line.
11 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the game.
The Cardinals.
Amazing turnovers. 28 unanswered points for the Cardinals.
But after they were pretty much dead in the water there, they had run one offensive play when Tri-County had the ball 3 times coming down. But Case has persevered and really stuck with it. And I'd be surprised if they end up blowing this, but that could be my famous last words I won't say too much here. Pass out and incomplete.
Tyler Saunders
To
pass
behind.
incomplete.
Saunders
behind
pass
the
is
receiver
incomplete. He's looking for Blakely on that.
Looks like he wanted the receiver to cut in, receiver cut out, and miscommunication there.
I was trying to think about what the Cougars would have on their helmets going into this game, but the answer is nothing. They're just blank helmets. They're just gold. I like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish out there with the gold helmet. Case still has the C. I think that's, what is that, the Creighton? I think that's the Creighton's C. They've gone through a couple different various, I'll get to that in a second. Handoff up inside. That's a good run. That was Pina in the carry up the middle. Josh, I remember a couple different iterations of the helmet logo for Case over the years. We've had, years ago, I remember the Louisville Cardinal. That was many years ago. We had the Arizona Cardinal. We've had the Chicago Bears C.
Yeah, the Wishbone C.
I think we had the Central Michigan Chippewas type of C.
They had the classic, just the wings.
The wings like
Play,
Oregon,
third down,
right.
5.
We've had this logo for 2 or 3 years now on the side of the helmet. Not that it really matters much.
I mean,
Handoff up the middle, and that was Pina. He's still going. He's going to finally be thrown down past the first down marker. So Pina picks up a first down on that very good run for Pina and that Cougar offense, and they're still alive in this. They're only down by 14 points. They can very easily, their defense hold firm, climb back into this.
back to your point where we were just talking about for the logo. The logo's really become an established part of all of Case Athletics.
Right.
For a little bit, it's almost like each sport kind of had a different variation, but this Creighton C, as we're calling it, or as what it is, it's really stuck, and it's really taken a hold of this Case Athletic program over the past few years.
We've had various different kinds of C's. When I went to Case, I graduated in 2009. You graduated in 2008. We've had, when I played on the baseball team, we had a couple different.
We had that classic, the classical
C.
English
Right.
C.
We had that.
We had the Wishbone C there.
We've had that as well. Like it was almost like the Cincinnati Reds logo, but with in gold or in white. So it's gone through a couple different ways.
Second down and 4.
2nd and 4 now for the Cougars. High snap. That was dangerous. Pino with the handoff. He's resumed his first half self now, as he's running very well. One of the earliest memories I have when I was very young, or I don't know how very young I was younger than I am now. Case had the Louisville Cardinals. That was probably going back about
Tri-County at the Cardinal 35.
15, 16 years for that. And I did play, I don't remember what the logo was when I played one very forgettable year, my freshman year on the football team. Didn't play much. And a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That was John Gurrell on there on the tackle.
Loss in the backfield by number 57.
Loss on the
John
play.
Gurrell.
And on cue, there goes the Gurrell fan club in front of me erupting in some cheers. Now I see when that's coming. My job when I played football was to grab the tee after the kickoffs, because that was terrible. I made one tackle all year. I think I've said this story every year in the air, but I'll say it again. Made one tackle against Fairhaven. I ended up injuring the kid, and he had that medical attention on the sideline because I think I twisted or I broke his ankle or something. I felt terrible, but that just happens when you play football.
Feel good.
Yeah, that's what the first tackle I ever made, and that's what happened. Juggling catch, caught, but that kind of took some momentum for Blakely.
5, Colby Blakely.
Would have been better off just dropping it.
If Blakely had caught that in stride and gone, he probably would have had a better chance, but he juggled and he did catch it. But I don't think he gained any yardage. I think he pretty much got back to the line of scrimmage.
Down 13.
3rd and 13 now. I'm good. I almost said Old Colony again, but I didn't. I caught myself about 10.5 times this game. Tri-County here, as Corey Snook keeps elbowing me or making some sort of ridiculous face at me when I mess it up. But I've been very good the second half about this.
Only like 3 times.
Only. That's good for me. 3rd and 13. Going to be a dump-off pass complete to Pina. He's got some space if he can get around there and a tackle made. He did not pick up a first down, but he got something out of that. Just a little toss.
Tackle from behind by number 59,
out to the running back.
Gallagher.
I know he's not going to get credit for it, but it was a great job there by Brady Tempertop. Breaking down and forcing the player back inside where your help is. You go in there a little out of control, he might beat you, get the first down. Instead, you break down, you force him back inside where your teammates can help. As we saw there, he got the extra couple of yards from saying, maybe get him for a 3-yard gain. He ended up getting a 5-yard gain. By the end of the day, now it's 4th down as opposed to potentially being a first down or even worse.
There's a rule of thumb, okay? If you're a defensive back, the less your name is called, the better of a job you're doing. because that means you're not getting burned going down the field. So if you're a defensive back and we're not saying your name much, good job. So I want to say that right now. Braden Ventura and Keegan Lecomte are defensive backs for Case. They've really shut down that outside attack. I mean, the Cougars have gotten a couple of things, but really not a lot.
I mean,
They didn't get as much yardage in that play as I expected. That's going to be about a 4th and, I would say, 7 yards coming up from the 32-yard line.
for all intents and purposes, this is the game. If
This
you're
is
Tri-County.
probably the game for the Cougars,
It's
yes.
tough. If you don't convert this, you get the ball back if you're lucky with 5 minutes to go and got to score twice in 5 minutes.
4th down, 7.
Quite a stop for Case. Saunders looking to throw, putting it up across the middle, and it is
Intercepted.
intercepted. That actually hurt Case, but you can't really intercepted by
Number
Silva.
7, Dan Silva.
You can't tell him to go out there and not intercepted, but Case in the, that's a great interception by Silva on that play at least. And that might end up doing it here. 7.5 minutes to go, 14-point lead.
We don't have the access to replay. Go back and watch that. Dan
Cardinals
Silva
will
made
take
up
over
about
first down and
15
10 at
yards.
their own
From the
10-yard
moment
line.
that Saunders released the ball to the moment that Dan Silva dove for that ball, he was about 15 yards away at the stop.
That
And
was-
closed in fast.
That was a great play there by Silva. If that wasn't 4th down, that would have been an even better play. But hey, Case is, I don't think the coach is going to get on too much for that. I saw a couple people in the crowd making like a swatting motion about what he could have done, but it's no matter.
You don't teach that, though.
You don't teach it, no.
teach to go get the ball.
And that's exactly
Want
what he
the ball,
did.
go get it.
It was an excellent play.
And he did.
7.5 minutes to go, 28-14. Case, they have the ball at the 10-yard line. Silva, snap, handoff inside to Tivitot, and down he goes. Case has not really broken off any
Brady Tivitot on the
enormous plays this game. They've had some
carry. 8 of 6 on the
decent
play, 2nd down,
runs
4.
and chunks of yardage, but I'm talking like the 50, 60-yard variety. They really haven't had any of that yet.
They've had 3 plays of over 30 yards. Nothing really. It's been a ground and pound attack but it's worked.
It's worked, at least in the second half. The second half's been all Case. They completely controlled the
They've
second half.
completely dominated. The front 7 for Case have completely dominated the front 7 for Tri-County, and they lost on that battle, but
And
overall,
yeah.
there's winning the war.
Tivitot did not get much on that,
Tivitot
if
on the
anything.
carry.
Helmet came off, so he's going to come off.
His helmet came off, right. When your helmet comes off, even if it's an accident, you have to come off for at least
Mostly
one
out
play.
of
Same
the
thing with an
play.
injury. So that's
3rd
no
down,
matter.
5.
3rd and 5 for Case. If the Cougars can hold Case here, they get some momentum back. 6.5 minutes. The game is not out of reach yet, but if Case gets a first down, that would just be pretty crushing to them. Silva rolling to his right. He's going to cut back, and he did not pick up a first down on that
That's a
play.
great open field tackle
Dan
there.
Silva on the carry.
Have some action on the far side, well, on their side, away from the play. Nothing's going to get called.
Nothing. Looks like a feet may have been tangled up. Looks like Garrell got his feet tangled up with. Now let's play a fun game of find the player.
And
on
about
the-
3 on the play.
on number
brings up 4th down and
72,
2.
Diego Trapini, looks like a sophomore guard for Tri-County, but nothing was called.
Number
A
2 is
3-yard
Tyler
gain for
Cabral,
Silva.
back to
So
punt for the Cardinals.
Tri-County holds firm on that. They're going to get the ball back. They're still down by 14 points, but Case is going to try to kill a little more time here. Here's the snap.
Tim Holden, TJ Sedam. back
Ball
to
is up.
return for
Holden and
Tri-County.
Sam
Take
up.
a
That's a
great
good
pass.
roll for Case. That's a lucky roll. And that'll be down at the 40-yard line. So Tyler
Ball
Cabral
rolls
with
dead.
a great punt.
Just
You
inside
have
the
the end
40-yard
zone
line.
at, you feel the end zone on your back, the heels are on the goal line, and you're able to get it not just across midfield, but clear midfield by a good 10 yards.
That was punted from about the 10-yard line and down to the 40. It looks like something just dropped above us. Hear a stamping of feet occasionally from the Case coach. It's a
First
different
and
coach up
10,
there than it was last
Tri-County
year.
at their own 40-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 40-yard line. They're not out of this yet. 5 minutes, 36 seconds to go. They're down 28-14. They have not scored since about midway through the first quarter. Also earlier than midway. Hand off to Pina. Inside he goes, and he's met by John Garrell and a couple of other Case players
yard.
there.
Maybe
Pina on the
2.
carry. John Garrell on the tackle for the Cardinals.
For as much as Jordan Pina's run today,
Gain of 2 on the
Still
play.
about 10 yards shy of
Second down,
100.
8.
Pina's been
He's been a workhorse,
a
but
workhorse. He's been running everywhere
been
out
2
there.
yards here, 3 yards here. Similar to the case where he really hasn't broke one off. He's come close a couple times, but really hasn't been able to.
Just chipping away at it. Just a bunch of pretty decent gains. 2nd and 9. Pass, play out, and incomplete. That was just over the hands of TJ Saddam.
Intended
For the
number 11,
Cougars.
TJ
Chipping
Saddam.
away is good in the first quarter, second quarter,
Not later on.
fourth quarter, inside 5 minutes to go, down by 2, not time to chip
I'm surprised he doesn't have 100 yards yet because Pina ran everywhere in that first half.
Away. He did. But
He
3
did.
yards
3rd
here,
down,
5
8.
yards here, 4 yards, they add up. But these small gains, you need about 25 carries. He's in at 20.
It's going to be a 3rd and 9. I would expect a pass here from the Cougars. 4 minutes, 54 seconds remaining in the game. Saunders back into the shotgun. He has 2 wide receivers to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw across the middle, and it's caught. That was a great little play there. Blakely on the receiving end of that.
They're going to mock him short of first down. He must have stepped out.
He must have stepped out of bounds. Yeah, he is just going to be just short. He must have had his foot on the line. Yeah, a coach over there isn't arguing with it, so he must have
Just
known.
ahead of the first down marker. It'll bring up 4th down. Less than a yard.
4th down and less than a yard now. It's much more doable than what it just was. Here's the snap, handoff inside, and that's going to be a first down. I believe that's that mysterious number 36, and he's finally going to be tackled by half the Case defense.
Someone's hurt in the
After
backfield.
finding head, it looks like an injury
36 on the carry.
on the play for the Cougars. Let's see if he can walk that off. It's a rule of thumb for the future. If there's ever an injury that requires a trainer to come on field, we always cut the camera. We do not like to show that, but we're not going to cut for there because it looks like he's just going to hobble off the field. That's number 77
First and
for the
10,
Cougars, Christian
Tri-County.
Cummings, a junior guard.
The Cardinal 46.
Maybe just got ankle rolled over or
Well, he walked off the field under his own power, which is always a good thing, so no major injury there. 4.5 minutes. Here's the shotgun snap once again. Saunders looking to throw across the middle.
Got a
He's got a
man.
man, and it is tipped in. Incomplete.
Saunders pass incomplete.
That was looking for number 88. That was Jason Wall, a junior tight end. Josh, I gotta
Intended
say,
number 88,
if he got him in
Jason
stride,
Wall.
that was a touchdown.
that would have been an amazing one-handed catch over the shoulder.
If he had him, he had a seam up the middle there, but just high enough,
down,
and the ball
10.
fell incomplete.
He nearly tipped that too high in the air too to try to.
That sometimes
That nearly
when
went a tip drill.
you tip
Going
it
the
like
other
that,
way.
it results in a touchdown for Case. So you're really going to be careful in that sense. Hand off up the middle, number 36, and he
36
isn't going
on
to
the
go
carry.
far.
A
Once
yard.
again, half the Case defense is there on the
59,
tackle.
Bradley Delacour.
Bradley
on the
Delacour
tackle.
leading the way for Case.
Again, these 1, 2 yards. Yeah, they're great in the first. 4 minutes to go though.
Gain
Just
of
a bit
2 on
over
the
4
play,
minutes to
3rd
go.
down, 8.
Cougars are running out of time. It's 28-14 still, but they're running the ball in the middle, but they're losing a lot of time. But that's one of your opponents now. 3rd and 8. Saunders looking to throw. It's going to be up there. Pass will be complete. And reaching ahead,
Saunders pass complete.
that was number 11. That
TJ
was
Saddam.
DJ Saddam, and he's going to be pretty close to a first down on that.
Tackle by number 1.
They need about a
Looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
Yard and a half, maybe 2.
Another
4th
down
down
upcoming
and 1.
here for the Cougars. This is probably it if they don't get this.
This will be
3.5 minutes. Saunders, shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Handoff up the middle to Pina, and he's going to fight ahead.
Jordan Pina on the
That's going to be
carry.
really
have it.
close.
They don't have it. He never got
They might
back
have
to
to
the line.
measure that.
I don't even think he got back to the line. Tri-County's conceded bringing their defense on the field.
And he did not
He is
get it.
stopped short
He
of the
is
first
stopped
down.
short of a first down
Cardinals
marker.
take over.
And
First
Case will
down
take
and 10
over.
at their own 38.
You got about 80% of a yard there, but didn't get the whole thing, and that is enormous. Case will take over, trying to run the clock out. 28-14 is the lead.
Right now, you're about 2 first downs away from taking your knee. Still got some work to do.
Getting out of here with a victory on opening night is always a good thing, even if it
Especially-
does not come easy.
Especially considering the way things started. Winning, going away, as right now you are. It's a great comeback. It's a great feeling going into Diamond next week. You work so hard for 3-4 weeks to just get 1-0.
Yeah, and Logan Medeiros is going to be tackled after a good gain up the middle. Case will be home once again next week. We should be here to broadcast that game. At least Josh and I and Corey will be here, I imagine. Adam Kitchen, the cable access director, has kind of moved his duties about filming games onto to Corey here, so we might be seeing him a lot going forward. 6-yard gain on that play for Medeiros. 2nd and 4 now for K. Shotgun formation once again for Silva. Gonna waste as much time as he can. Hand off again. Medeiros up the middle. He's getting some good yardage now, and he'll be tackled. Looks like he's gonna be just short of the first down marker.
When you don't have a play clock, you look at the back judge. Back judge will signal with his hands. Right above, open palm, 5 seconds. That's what you look for as a quarterback. Not sure what's going on here.
Looks like they're switching the ball. Looks like something happened with the ball. They had to switch the football?
Maybe they were.
Regardless, Case was short on that play. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
3rd down and short.
Very short. Silva still in shotgun formation. He has Medeiros behind him.
I think he's been on the center once.
I think so. When he had the quarterback sneak, I think was the only time. Everyone's just kind of staring around confused right now. It looks like a timeout called by Case.
Yep.
I'm not really.
Timeout. Cardinals.
Waste time.
I'm not sure what happened on that. Everyone looked confused.
Nah, it's just a waste time.
Looking over on
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go.
This is a
run a play here, get it down to 130. Worst case, you don't get it, you punt with 130.
The game has actually made pretty good time. It's only been just slightly over 2 hours since kickoff at 6:30. And that includes the break for halftime. You weren't here for this, but I was actually up here in the booth with Allie and Anna when they did a game. There were a couple girls who announced a game with me last year. 2 games. First game was a boring game. That game got over. I think we got out of here well after 10 o'clock. It was the never-ending game. We kept having injuries on the field. Warren's quarterback was really, really good, and they had a very pass-heavy offense and a lot of incomplete passes. And I never thought the game would end. We had an ambulance come on the field and interrupted play for 25 minutes. I'm not sure what happened that game that had so many injuries or whatever, but ultimately, we obviously have not seen that. We have not had one stoppage of play for an injury timeout. I've only seen one injury, and that player came off the field under his own power. 3rd and 1, Silva gonna pick up the first down and move those sticks.
Danny Silva on the carry.
And just under 2
Gain
minutes
2
to
on
go.
The play is good for another Cardinal first down.
Case is going to look to run the clock out
at their own 49.
and get out of here with a 28-14 victory on opening night. They have outscored the Cougars 28-0 since halfway through the first quarter. They scored a touchdown in the second quarter, had the extra point blocked, and then they scored, I think it was 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, and then 1 in the fourth to kind of wrap this up. 28-14. The Cougars also had a missed field goal in the second quarter there after a very long drive.
On the carry.
Medeiros with the drive, and he'll be tackled after a few yards.
8 and 4 on the
Well, I
play.
see people heading for the exit, so that's Garque. We're going to
Second down
start to
6.
get out of here. A little over a minute to go. We'll still stay with you here until the very end of the game.
Yeah, student section staying strong. Band is packing up.
Old Colony is there. Most of their fans have stayed, but
Whoever showed up is still here. They'll stay till the end.
brought the cheerleaders with them, as I said before. We have 1 minute to go exactly now. And handoff, that's it inside, and that I think was that Medeiros again? It was Medeiros again with a good run. 28-14 is still the score. That'll stop the clock briefly because he picked up a first down on that. Case is going to come out of here 1-0 on the season in a non-conference matchup. Next week is also a non-conference matchup. I don't think they start conference play until October. They have a bye week in September there as well. They will also be playing home games against Diamond, Fairhaven, and Wareham on the schedule, and they are home for the Thanksgiving Classic against Somerset Berkeley. And a knee from Silva on that play. Just going to try to run
Danny
the
Silva
clock
takes
out.
the knee on the play.
Yeah, but that puts them
That's
back
it.
some yardage.
Teams are going to line up,
And that is officially going to do it here. Everyone is going to line up. The final score of 28-14. Kings is victorious over the Tri-County Regional High School Cougars. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. And alongside me is Josh Alman, along with Corey Snook and Lucy Cabral, saying good night. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.